Given the fact that they know this is not how industrial relations happen, my conclusion could only be that they intended to derail this process. They do not intend to have any conciliation. They want to keep teachers on the road. They want to be disruptive to the education system. And we believe that is being politically directed, because no one who has the interest of children at heart could tell me that this is a good place to be in after we were sitting at a table in a relatively cordial atmosphere, trying to arrive at a position. So we don't have any doubts that this was intended to derail this process. And then the jump to press this morning to come and make all of that public, even though all the parties, we didn't come and say anything. We could have held a press conference when we got shocked yesterday with this 20% request. We think it's inappropriate, unacceptable, unreasonable. The nation will think so. We could have gotten points from that. We could have gone to press on that.
That was Education Minister Priya Manickchand. She said the union's decision to publicize the details of the discussions over the last 2 days was in breach of an oral agreement that urges confidentiality to ensure trust. So, the minister sought to set the record straight.
We wanted the teachers to return to work in 24 hours. They wanted 72. We reached a compromise of 48 hours. We agreed to not discriminating against anyone, not holding anyone's salary, not interfering with anyone's promotion. In other words, that nobody who participated in the strike was going to suffer for that participation. And we agreed to that. Although it is our view that many participated in ways that they could have been consequences negative for them. But we agreed that we weren't going to attach any of those consequences to that. So we agreed to everything else, except the one thing we were still talking about is the wording for the time frame. And of course, that everything here is subject to any court decisions that come from a competent court hereafter.
The two sides had hoped that the two issues would be finalized on Tuesday.
Let me tell you frankly where it was at. It was at a place where we were very comfortable that we were about to sign an agreement, and it was just a matter of which words we'll use. Is it an if, is it a comma, that kind of thing. And we were being very, very reasonable. We were prepared to give a lot. And as soon as the union saw that this was reaching a place where this could happen, they whipped out a document and put it on the table to make sure it can't happen. That's what happened here. That the conciliation cannot begin, because they know fully well that to ask for us to pay all teachers 20% on their salaries before we begin talking, just as an aside, it was not the 20, it was not going to be what they were asking for the 4 years or for the years to come. This is just as a sort of tip, hold on. They knew that that was unreasonable, so it is very clear that they intended to derail that process.
To this end, Manickchand concluded that the union seemed to have no interest in engaging in conciliation to resolve the issues as is provided in the decades-old grievance agreement. As per that same 1990 agreement, Manickchand said the union is wrong if they think they can make conciliation fail and jump to arbitration. Even though the planned meeting on Monday between the two sides at the Ministry of Labour is in limbo, Manickchand used the press conference to outline over 40 interventions made for teachers since 2020, which included adjustments to salaries and allowances.